I'm the purple praying mantis, PPM. I'm the purple praying mantis, PPM. I'm the.
I ain't gonna front to y'all boys, man. What's good? As I'm recording this, it's December 31st. Nothing has been proven true yet. Nothing. But you see your boy, he got the little motherfucking, he got the goddamn, the twisties. You gotta call these the twisties. I am now perfect draw. But that's besides the point. That's besides the point. Looking good in my arcade, bro. But listen, y'all. We got an issue today. As I am recording this, these allegations have not been proven true or false. However, I can't talk about everything else and not talk about this, man. I'm sorry. Jericho, if you ever watch this, I love you, Chris Jericho. But something's got to give. And it all starts with this tweet. This tweet right here. Ever since this tweet right here, it has been a series of unfortunate events for Tony Khan. No Lemony Snicket. It's been a series of unfortunate events. So listen. Tony Khan said if Sir Vince McMahon said this, it would be the least of his alleged misdeeds. So Tony Khan was talking shit about Vince McMahon's allegations. After this tweet, and y'all know I love Ric Flair, but if we have to keep it a buck, after this tweet, Tony Khan hired Ric Flair, a sex pest. Tony Khan didn't really address the Chris Jericho allegations. Chris Jericho came out with allegations, and it's like, bro, ever since this tweet, shit has not been looking good, Oos. And I don't like that, man. Now, I understand some people think I'm an AEW hater. That's fine. I'm cool with that. I've been to AEW shows. I've given AEW my money. I support AEW. I just watched World End last night, and that shit was ass. But, I'm sorry. I can't not speak on this, bro. I'm sorry, bro. So, why don't we just take it back, bro? So, Chris Jericho, first, this account posted this video. So why don't we watch this video and let's see what they're saying. Nick Hausman, Nick Hausman's reporter compared Chris Jericho to Harvey Weinstein. For those that don't know, Harvey Weinstein is a sex pest. That's confirmed, by the way. So Harvey Weinstein is a sex pest. Yada yada yada. He had an island. A whole bunch of stuff. But he's not a good person. So Nick Hausman compared him to Chris Jericho. So Jericho was talking big crazy to Nick Hausman. So then a few days later, Nick Hausman had this to say. Let's watch. Let's see what his news said. Hold on, my fault.
Jericho part of it, for a lot of reasons, stood out to me. Obviously, the Jericho part of it, for a lot of reasons, stood out to me. You know, one of the things that, you know, is so disconcerting to me about kind of the universal praise of Jericho, and I'm not going to deny the points that Max made about, you know, the impact Chris had in the early days of AEW. But when you have that kind of clout and you have that kind of power, it's very important to use that responsibly. And I just, you know, there are issues with Chris behind the scenes where I know of a lot of people who have been hurt by Chris and his actions. And, you know, it's very uncomfortable to me to see him lauded as often as he is with only the focus on that, because I do think that there's a lot of questionable stories about Chris that will find their way out over time, and when people are ready to tell those stories, that will cast him in a very different light. I mean, look, Harvey Weinstein won a lot of Oscars. Harvey Weinstein produced a lot of very popular films. Harvey Weinstein is now in jail. I'm not saying that's going to happen to Chris, but your narrative can very quickly turn if, you know, you're hiding a lot of skeletons in your closet.
So we just heard in that clip, Nick Hausman basically called Chris Jericho R. Kelly. Basically. I ain't gonna lie. Basically. He basically said that there's hella stuff that's gonna come out about Chris Jericho eventually, saying like people are gonna come forward, yada yada yada. Like on some Me Too type shit. So ISO Wrestling posted this screenshot that pure speculation but might refer to Kylie Ray. So let's look at his Facebook post. So here's the deal. You don't quit the hottest federation going today, AEW, without reason. I have it from people in the know that Kylie was asked to go to Chris Jericho's room with the understanding that others would be there. When she got there, it was just him. He made a pass at her. No other details are given, and she freaked out. Okay? Okay, so now it's being accused. Now they're saying that Chris Jericho attempted something with Kylie Ray. Okay. ISO Wrestling also posted there's history with his accuser's behavior, by the way. Original accuser of David Starr implying there are potential accusations against Chris Jericho. Sometimes I stop to wonder how many young women out there are wondering if it's safe to post about Chris Jericho yet. Tori at Slay Mysterio, June 22nd, 2020. So that was 3 years ago. All right. This account said, fuck Chris Jericho. What a garbage human being, man. So listen. We'll talk about this after. But listen, man. And then Kylie Ray, I didn't get to it, but Kylie Ray had actually replied to this tweet with a heart. Now listen. There's so much speculation. Now people are saying, oh, it's Chris Jericho an R word. Oh, did Chris Jericho actually do that? And I'm here to say, I'm not defending Chris Jericho. I would never defend someone that does that. I'm just saying, I don't know. None of us are going to know until the evidence is collected, until people come to a conclusion. I don't know. I'm not going to assume that he did it. I'm not going to assume that he didn't do it just because I love him. That's something that I'm not going to do. I'm not going to straight up assume. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like I don't hope he didn't do it. I love Chris Jericho. And of course you would hope that someone that you grew up watching isn't a predator. Of course you would hope that. But when the evidence collects and the dust settles, if I have to make a decision whether or not I still fuck with Chris Jericho and it's proven that he did that stuff, I'm not going to fuck with him, bro. I'm not. I can't. I got a whole daughter, bro. That would be so disingenuous to me. I can't do that, bro. I'm sorry. That's the way it is. But I just wouldn't be able to fuck with him. So now AEW has arguably one of the worst PR teams. Not arguably. AEW has one of the worst PR teams I have ever seen in my life. All this shit about Chris Jericho. So all this shit about Chris Jericho. We don't know if he's a sex pest or not. Yada, yada, yada. AEW drops Ric Flair merch that day. Now listen. I love Ric Flair. Woo! But with all of Ric Flair's allegations, and then Y2J's allegations come out, for y'all to drop Ric Flair merch, regardless if it was a scheduled tweet or not, for y'all to drop Ric Flair merch, y'all are literally not serious. Y'all can't, it's no way y'all are not serious. There's no way y'all are serious. I don't know. Y'all better than me. Y'all crazy. So then we look up. So then we look at this. This is from 2019. Let's go back. What Tony Khan told me about Kylie Ray getting her release from AEW. So let's see what he said. Now pay attention to Tony Khan mannerism in this video.
Update on the status of Kylie Ray. She's been a little bit absent lately.
She's no longer with us. We had so many things going into, so many announcements going into Battle Royal, but she asked for a release and we granted it. So she called me and asked if she could be released from her contract, and it was pretty simple. I said yeah, and I asked her if everything was okay, and she said yeah. She just didn't want to be with the company anymore, and we talked about it, and it was very simple. And so yeah, she's not on our roster.
Seem amicable.
Super amicable. Okay. She's a very nice person.
Now, it might just be me, but did Tony Khan seem a tad bit nervous? A tad bit nervous while speaking on Kylie Ray? I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but he might have seemed a little bit nervous. So let me say this. Yes, and this is not me taking WWE side, because I do believe that all that Vince McMahon shit, WWE, they're not, but WWE should be in the mud for all that shit. I'm not going to front. That's insane for the owner of the company to do. However, if it comes out that Tony Khan knew about all this and buried it, that's bad. And people already hate on AEW as it is, bro. Y'all know how people already hate on AEW. If it came out that Tony Khan sat there and knew about this stuff, bro, I don't know, bro. He's literally going to be cooked, flame broiled, 350 degrees. It's over. It's gonna be over. There ain't even much else to say, Oos. So listen, I'm gonna end it with this. I pray that these allegations are fake. I pray that Chris Jericho, someone I grew up with, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, did not perform these horrific actions. But if he did, that's not my man's no more, man. If y'all want me to comment on anything else going on in the wrestling world, let me know, bro. Let me know if y'all think I'm tripping. Let me know if y'all think he did it. Let me know if y'all think he didn't do it, bro. I just hope he didn't. But if it came out that Chris Jericho did that shit, this will be one of the worstly aged tweets ever. I'm signing off, man.